just to make sure we're all on the same page, let's do a quick refresher. In May of 2021, 4 months after Trump left office, the National Archives emailed Trump's lawyers that 24 boxes of records were not turned over. Now, the National Archives doesn't track every classified document, but they did have some particularly important ones that they wanted returned ASAP. In December of 2021, a Trump representative told the archive that, quote, they had located some records. A month later, January 2022, the archives retrieved 15 boxes of presidential records from Mar-a-Lago. In early February, the National Archives issued a public statement that it's still searching for many more records. On April 12th, after being unsuccessful in retrieving them, the archives reached out to the FBI. On April 29th, the Justice Department sent a letter to Trump's lawyers seeking immediate access to the material, citing important national security interest. On May 1st, Trump lawyer Evan Corcoran sought to further delay disclosure to the FBI in 2 letters sent to the National Archives. On May 11th, the Justice Department issued a subpoena for the additional classified records. On June 3rd, a Trump representative asserted that, quote, a diligent search was conducted for documents at Mar-a-Lago removed from the White House, and that any and all responsive documents accompany this certification, meaning you guys have everything. The Justice Department got information that wasn't true, and on August 5th, the Justice Department filed an application for a search and seizure warrant of Mar-a-Lago, citing probable cause that additional presidential records and records containing classified information remained. And on August 8th, federal agents executed a search warrant at Trump's Florida property, finding 13 boxes or containers with documents marked classified, more than twice the amount produced June 3rd in response to the grand jury subpoena. There is nothing to suggest at this point that Joe Biden is hiding documents. There was evidence of that with Trump. Now, we still don't know a lot about what happened with the Biden documents. Biden's lawyers say when they found the documents, they immediately reported them to the National Archives and eventually the DOJ. Further searches found more documents as well. Now a total of roughly 20 documents have been found at the Penn Biden office and his home in Wilmington. So it makes sense, it seems, that a special counsel was appointed here to evaluate exactly what happened. But there is no evidence at this time to suggest that the Biden team is stonewalling requests from the archives or the DOJ or anyone else. In fact, they brought this to the attention of the archives and the DOJ, not vice versa. I believe the Trump investigation has been about 2 things. 1, getting the documents back, and 2, the potential obstruction of the investigation. Not so when it comes to Biden, and therefore there's nothing to suggest a search warrant would be needed in the Biden case. But should they issue a formal subpoena to the Biden team demanding all classified documents? I think they may. It may make sense. But let's ask Robert Ray, former attorney for President Trump during his first impeachment trial and former independent counsel who investigated Bill Clinton. Thanks so much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. All right, first let me ask you big picture. Do you think my summary of the differences between the cases is fair?
No, that's right. In the Biden case, we don't have any reason to think that the documents are actually still located at either of his 2 residences or at the Biden Center at the University of Pennsylvania. My sense is that they were once located with the attorneys and then have since made their way from the attorneys to the National Archives and possibly now to the FBI and the special counsel's investigation. So, you're right about a search warrant. I mean, the first requirement is that you're actually searching for something where you have a reasonable belief, probable cause that the documents will be located at the place that you're going to search at. And the second is the immediacy requirement, which is usually satisfied in a documents case by some allegation of obstruction of justice. In other words, that a crime is still being committed. And there's no reason to suggest, at least at this point, that the delay in the disclosure of documents has been the result of any allegation involving obstruction of justice in the Biden case.
So thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.